Right, we've just been giving Ellie a bit of a grease here near Lake Balaton, and might have found the source of the clonk. Look at that. So we're going to try and tighten up that pinch bolt, and that might well get rid of a nasty clonk, because clearly that is not gripping as it should. So a couple of 11 mils, hopefully that'll be good. So we've reattached the steering column properly, greased the kingpins, she's good to go. Next to this friendly little 2CV van. The interesting thing about this van is I knew this van about 22 years ago when it used to belong to its previous owner. It's what's known as a Barber van. Louis Barber built the 4x4s. It's had the 4x4 gear removed, but it's still got the original chassis in. So there would be a second gearbox sitting there normally with drive shafts going to the rear wheels. So it's now a two-wheel drive van, and should be seeing the road again, so that'll be good. But let's go for a meander down the garden, because it's a very good garden. There is a British Renault Modus that will shortly be getting imported. We've got 2CV bonnet lurking in the bushes there. Fantastic trailer with its wire wheels. But yeah, past the pizza oven, what's that I spy under the bushes? It is a Daewoo Matiz. And it looks sad and neglected, but I will draw your attention to the brand new sills it has had fitted. It's not been worked on here, but it is being slowly restored. Look, it still needs the rear arch building up, but it is a work in progress. So yeah, they are returning a Daewoo Matiz to the road, which makes me very happy. And but it gets better. We're only just beginning. So a short walk later, and it's a pair of Japanese beauties, or is it? No, it isn't, because, well, we've clearly got a Mazda Bongo, which is sadly a bit stuck here because it no longer has legality and is still on UK plates. What's next to it is perhaps even more interesting. It's a Hyundai Galloper, and these were license-built Shoguns. It's a V6. It was sold new in Saudi Arabia. And then I believe it was driven over here by Ant's father. Oh yeah, I'm giving a hint away of what we're going to be looking at next. But yes, there you go, Galloper. About the only change to a Shogun is the clear indicators. But yeah, I mean, Hyundai began by remaking Mitsubishis, and then they built their own bodies but still had Mitsubishi derived engines. It's all good. So yeah, that's a quite fascinating sight. But yeah, you probably want to look at the Ladas, really. Should we go and look at the Ladas? We'll go and walk this way around. Yeah, V6 Shoguns and Gallopers are not very good on fuel. So yeah, we'll go and start with the estate. We'll come back to this one. This is rather special, and it is in running order. It just hasn't moved for a few weeks, but it's excellent growing conditions here in Hungary. Lots of rain, lots of sunshine, makes things grow super quick. So it looks like it's been here forever. I'm assured it is actually in running order, and yeah, I like it a great deal. I love the fact the indicators have faded to white. Bung some orange bulbs in, job's a good one. Yeah, and remarkably solid. So 1300 rather than the 1500 I drove fairly recently. Go and search that video out if you want some hot reever action. But look at this beauty. This was a daily driver for someone nearby, but it's been parked up for a few years. It's only been sitting here again for a few weeks, but it's a very early Lada, 1972. So you'll see from the styling, it's still very Fiat. Really, it's a Fiat 124 with Lada's own engine. Yeah, it's a bit of a work in progress, shall we say. The boot lock appears to be a big rock. That's fine, but yeah, and a plant has grown up through the rear bumper, which again makes it look like it's been here forever. So yeah, both restoration projects, their time will come. It won't be often you'll see a pair of Ladas that are waiting in the restoration queue behind a Daewoo Matiz. That's why this has been the perfect place to stop. Yeah, huge thanks to Ant, a hub nutter, and his family, Qatar, and Daisy and Emily, the daughters. It's been a lovely stop here in Hungary. I'm yeah, really pleased and very grateful that people would do that, offer me somewhere to stay, especially was filled with such automotive goodness. I mean, frankly, this could be Hubnut HQ. They may disagree. So yes, thank you to them, but I'm going to continue. Today's destination, before the feds catch up with me, is Vienna. We're going back to Austria. I should probably clarify something about the pinch bolt on the steering column being loose. There was no danger of the column just coming off in my hands as long as the bolt was still there, because the bolt goes through a cutout in the shaft. So that wasn't a danger. And it wasn't even that loose. I mean, I didn't tighten it very much to stop the little bit of lift going on. Something else I should mention is that I'm getting really I don't think homesick is quite the word. Travel weary might be it. It feels like we've accomplished the mission of getting to Croatia, and now I'm really looking forward to getting back home. And it isn't that I'm missing home itself, but I think I'm missing the familiarity of the roads, the ease of the language, and yeah, friends and family back home. Generally I've been feeling tired a lot because this has been a very full-on trip with a lot of miles and very few days of no miles. So I think when it comes to the New Zealand trip, I shall definitely incorporate more rest days and more days to explore places as well. I've had very little time to have a detailed look around anywhere because there's always been somewhere else to get to. So yeah, I don't regret the scope of this trip and the nature of it, but New Zealand I may approach differently. We've just had a bit of a stop because that's Sümeg or Sümeg Castle on that big hill in the distance, and a fine old building it is. I wish I had time to go and look really, but I don't. Like so much on this trip, it's just a case of looking at the lovely stuff and thinking maybe I'll come back and take another look someday. But yeah, that's a very impressive castle on top of a very impressive hill, and kind of a reminder of the Hungarian Empire, I guess. Wow, what a spot. All right, Ellie, we must continue. We've had our little spot of off-roading along this little track, pleasingly clonk free. There's today's look at the mileage, 216,278, and yeah, we shall continue. Possibly the most amazing view I've ever had from a petrol station. We've just filled up. I've no idea how much it cost. It'll be fun finding out, I guess. Really is quite blowy today. It's the first day we've really had wind to contend with, and yeah, it's a very straight road, but I'm having to steer on an awful lot. 2CVs do catch the wind, not as much as an Invacar, granted, but still it's keeping me on my toes. Well, here we go. We've just reached the border with Austria again. And the border point is still here. I'm just driving through it now. But a fun fact that I picked up after my previous visit to Austria is that privacy is a bit of a thing here. So one shouldn't be using a dash cam or creating any footage that where a person could be identified or their car by number plate. So yeah, it's all a bit different. Oh yeah, here we go. Police checking everyone through. Been given the nod, it's all right. And we're through and into Austria. Austria. Quick, I can do some filming. There are no other cars. Oh no, there's someone coming, I better stop. All a bit of a nonsense really, but certainly it all feels very shiny and immaculate after Hungary. I'm not sure I like shiny and immaculate, as you may have noticed. We are coming up to a roundabout. You can see some of Austria in the rear view mirror. Hopefully you can't identify anyone, for that would be against the law. I mean, it's a difficult one because I can see how people are entitled to their privacy, but I'm not sure appearing in a hubnut video is really going to do anyone any harm. But those are the rules. Those are the rules. Hoping to do some filming in Vienna later, but I'll have to be a bit crafty with my angles. Well, I've reached Vienna and I'm stuck in a traffic jam in the rain, so don't worry, you're not missing much. If I film from there, hopefully privacy is not invaded, but that's right opposite my hotel, which is nice. Well, here I am in the centre of Vienna, feeling completely out of place. We've got Gucci behind me, Dior, Tiffany and Co. These are not hubnut names, although I have just seen one name which is close, and that is the mysterious world of Hublot. Is that like Camelot for hubnut fans? I don't know, but we're going to have a meander down here and see what's about, keeping it all close cropped so we don't invade anyone's privacy. Don't recognise any faces, whatever you do. Maybe even my glasses are too shiny, but if I flip the camera, that's not a bad opening gambit, I think you'll agree. So let's go and see what else we can find. Absolutely chucking it down. I might give up and find dinner. Right, well, we've got horses, many horses, and some culture and thunder. Oh, there's some quality repair work, even though I would draw the line at that. And over here, covering the number plates, it's a Fiat 500 Sporting. Oh, sod it, who cares? If that's your 500 Sporting, it's very nice. Old churchiness. What's that going on? We've got cobbles going on, underground stations with fancy lifts and some nice doors. Yeah, I'm really not sure I'm in the mood for exploring Vienna, to be honest. I still haven't found any food. Oh, hello. It's like being back in the 1990s. Feeling all the dross in the background. Yeah, it's quite grand. Or very grand buildings going on. And, oh my gosh. It's a Pontiac thing. Oh no, Chevrolet. Transport. We got that in the UK as the Vauxhall Sintra. Disappointed not to see the wipers in action because they are fierce. Quicker than the original Fiat Panda, I reckon. But yeah, big buildings, gold statues, blah de blah blah. I'm really not feeling this, if I'm honest. Bells and trams. Austria has it all, as long as you like bells and trams. Some trams are a bit more oldie-worldy. Dramatic. Well, this is a colourful part of town. A very colourful part of town. What a manky river. I'm starting to think that really I should have just stayed at the hotel. And with that, it went back to his hotel room. Oh dear, that really was quite a grumpy tour of Vienna, wasn't it? It is now the day after and I'm feeling much better, but I guess we shall have to say that that's the end of that one. So yeah, next video will be more cheerful, I guarantee it. So thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe before you go, and I shall see you in a future, more cheerful video. Farewell.